Hello investors and future investors, welcome to the channel. In this video, I will show you 5 stocks that I use to generate $500 weekly income and the strategies that I use to make this weekly income. Now, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. On this channel, we help you with option strategies that give you consistent revenue and everything related to finance and investments. Welcome to Investment Gains. Let's jump right into it. So, in today's option strategies, I will show you how to get paid weekly using 5 stocks and the strategies I use in my portfolio to grow my account. I always show you my account balance at the start of the video, and there's a reason for that. I want to show you that it is possible to make money from your living room with options trading. And all I ask in return is that you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel to help grow our small community. Now, the first 3 stocks we will be using, we're going to use the strategy of covered call. So here goes. So we're going to start off this video with Fubo TV, ticker FUBO. Okay, so here we are on Fubo. Now we're going to go into trade Fubo options. Now we're going to go over to make sure it says sell and call, because we're going to be doing a covered call strategy. In order to make a covered call most effective, you're going to need to choose your strike price above the current share price. So we're going to go ahead and use the 27.5. We're going to use the 27.5 because I already have this option selling for August 13th. Now for selling Fubo at the 27.5 strike price, I'm going to be receiving $1.40 or $140. We're going to click into it. We're going to hit continue. We're going to choose the amount of contracts we want, which is usually 1. And there you have it. So what we're going to do, we're going to keep a running total to see if it adds up to $500. So right here, once you do this trade, you're going to receive 140 minimum credit into your buying power. Now that is yours to keep no matter how this trade goes. Now, the collateral you leave in order to receive $140 is the 100 shares that I already own in the stock. So before you get into this strategy, you must own 100 shares of the stock. So let me explain the strategy. So on August 13th, if Fubo is trading at 27.5 or higher, then I still get to keep my $140, but now I have to sell my shares at 27.5. Now, I did buy these shares at the cost of $26, so I'm going to be making gains with my minimum credit and also with my increase in share price. So 26 plus 27.5, the difference is going to be 1.5, which is going to equal to $150. So if I do get assigned these shares, I'm going to make $150 because of the spread right here. And I'm also going to get $140 minimum credit, which gives me $290. But for purposes of this video, we only going to be focusing on our weekly credit that we're going to be receiving. So we're going to go on now to our next stock, which is going to be SoFi Technologies, ticker SOFI. So here we are on SoFi. We're going to go to trade SoFi options. We're going to select our strike date once again. Right after we choose sell and call, our strike date is going to be August 13th. Now, as you can see, I already have one for this week expiring August 13th, and I chose the strike price of 17. Now for sell it at $17, I'm going to receive 0.68 or $68. Now, once you own 100 shares of any stock and you decide to do covered calls, then you have the liberty to choose any strike price that you're comfortable with. I am choosing $17 because I bought it at $16. So you go ahead, you click here, you hit continue, you choose your amount of contracts, which is 1 again, and there you have your minimum credit. So your minimum credit for this one is going to be $68. So now that's going to be 140 plus 68. Our third stock is going to be ChargePoint, ticker symbol CHPT. Now with ChargePoint, we're going to do the same as the previous two. We're going to go to trade ChargePoint options. We're going to make sure it says sell and call and choose our strike date once again, August 13th. And once again, we're going to choose a strike price above the current share price. Now, as you see, I already chose mine for August 13th and I chose a $25 strike price. And for that, I'm receiving 0.53 or $53. Let's go ahead. We're going to select that. We're going to hit continue. We're going to choose the amount of contracts, which is usually 1 again. And there you have it. So now we're going to receive $53 for this trade. So we're going to continue to run our total. So we're going to add this 53, and that's going to take us now to 261. Now, the last two stocks that's going to enable us to make $500 weekly is going to be based on different strategies. So let's go ahead. We're going to choose the next stock, which is going to be Nvidia. Ticker symbol NVDA. So here we are on Nvidia. Now, Nvidia is going to be a bit different strategy as what we used for the previous three stocks. Now, the previous three stocks, I own them outright. Now, with Nvidia, it's different because I own a leaps on Nvidia, and which I now use to sell covered calls. So I'm going to explain the leaps in just a second. So let's go ahead. We're going to go to trade Nvidia options. We're going to choose sell and call. Now we're going to choose our strike price once again above the current share price. Now for Nvidia, I went ahead and I chose the strike price of 27.5, and for that I received 1.93 or $193. So I'm pretty sure you're asking yourself, why did I choose my strike price this high up when for the other three I chose a strike price much closer to the share price? Well, the answer is quite simple. With Nvidia, I don't actually own 100 shares. I own a leaps, which represents 100 shares. So the reason I choose a strike price higher, which is about 75%, is that I'm trying my best to make revenue while still not losing my leaps. If I do lose my leaps, then I'm not able to make this weekly revenue using Nvidia options. So we're going to select it right here. Now, I hope that explains it. And if it doesn't, I'm going to link the video for leaps option to the top. So let's go again, continue. We're going to choose the amount of contracts, 1 again, and we get minimum credit once again. So now we're going to add $193 to our already existing total. Hopefully someone could do a tab on that. So our last stock for today is going to be Apple, ticker AAPL. Now, once again, Apple is the other stock in my portfolio that I own via a leaps option. So we're going to go to trade Apple options. We're going to make sure it says sell and call, and we're going to choose our strike date, August 13th. Now let's go ahead and we're going to choose our strike price for our covered call of $150. Now, as you can see, I already have one, and for that I received 0.26 or $26. You're asking yourself, why did I choose such a high strike price when I could have chose a lower strike price and receive a lot more revenue? Well, the answer comes in twofold. First of all, I don't own 100 shares of Apple. I own a leaps that represents 100 shares, so I'm trying to not get assigned on my leaps. The second reason is that on the 6th, Apple announced dividends, so I wanted to choose my strike price as high as possible so I don't get early assigned. So let's go ahead. We're going to choose here. We're going to choose continue. We're going to choose the amount of contracts again, which is 1, and we're going to receive $26. Now I can take a risk in my portfolio and choose closer strike prices and receive more revenue, but that's going to represent a more risky trade. I prefer to maintain small weekly revenue and grow my account very slowly, but very surely. So here we are back on the home page. Now, as you can see, I have all my sell calls right here expiring August 13th with the exception of SPY. Now, Apple cost around $145 per share. So my account balance is 12,000. Well, let's call it 13,000. So obviously I cannot afford 100 shares. So that's where you use the power of leaps. Now, like I said, I will attach a video to the top that explains leaps in more detail. The whole point of this video is that to show you that you can use different option strategies and leverage the amount of money you have in your portfolio to give you consistent weekly returns. So just a quick recap. The 5 stocks that I'm using this week to generate $500 is going to be Fubo, ChargePoint, SoFi, Nvidia, and Apple. Now, if you guys need an update of how my trades went on August 13th, just leave me a comment below. I'll be happy to make a follow-up video. Now, we have lots of strategies like this on this channel. So if you want to join the weekly income team, like and subscribe right now. Also, hit the notification bell below to get an alert whenever I post a video. But most importantly, I'd appreciate it if you share this video with someone that you think can benefit from this content. Let's help as many as we can. Now, thanks for watching, and remember, always take your investment gains.